Всем привет, кто там подошел, кто подойдет. Продолжаем проходить Терминатора. У меня соседи, как всегда, выпендриваются. Так, Бэйрон, классная задница. Помойный флаг. Так. Что у нас по заданиям? Члены... нужно доктора найти спасти, понятно. Что ему?
Hey, I'm just catching up with Mark. I'll get back to work in a couple of minutes. You won't tell, right? But no, seriously, you won't tell, right?
Ну хорошо, не скажу. Борьба какая-то.
We need a medic over here!
I'm telling you, I saw something.
What's happening, Private?
A couple of aerials flew in and dropped containers full of metals. They started shooting while our defense systems did nothing.
What about the doctor? Where's Alvin?
He's still out there.
All right.
There's one more thing. Before I got hit and dragged here, I saw something. I'm not sure, but I think it was one of our own soldiers that led Skynet's attack.
Раненый, тоже раненый.
Sergeant, we're outnumbered, and they keep bringing more wounded. We don't stand a chance. We have to evacuate.
Is Alvin still there?
He is, sir.
Then we're not leaving. We have to bring him back and see what the hell is going on with those defenses and brief Commander Barron on what's happening here. I'm moving out. You stay here with the wounded.
You want me to break the radio silence?
At this point, it doesn't matter, does it?
Understood. Go ahead, sir.
Спасибо, что разрешил.
You two follow me. We have to reach those defense systems.
Yes, sir.
Spiders up ahead.
Got it.
Lead the way. This way.
Good to see you, Sergeant.
What's the status?
We got a defensive perimeter set up just down the road.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Skynet truck is behind the back. Now they're between a rock and a hard place.
All right, we need to reach our guys. Let's clear the way.
Ничего себе.
Keep moving.
Here they come! T-47, watch out!
Flank it!
Check out those smaller units. Aerial, take cover!
Now, shoot before it reboots.
Rocket! Look for grenades! We won't fucking die!
Здоровая зараза.
Final!
This way! Just beyond that overpass!
We need to rescue the dock before those tanks reach us! Oh, shit!
We're too late. They're already here.
Ого. Ничего себе.
This is it. Take care of those drones.
It's clear.
Wait here! I'll go get the doctor! Alvin!
Oh my God! I'm actually glad to see you.
What happened here? Why are the defense systems not working?
They are working, but their target filtering has been reset to non-hostile. One of Baron's messengers came with the order to temporarily change it, so I did.
Baron's messengers. We need to leave now.
Yes, let's do that. I'm all for that.
Are you alright? We need to move.
You don't have to tell me twice. Escort secured.
Жаль, их убили.
Ah!
Go!
I don't like this. I don't like any of this.
Ariel!
Не понял.
Okay, go!
It's turning around. It's right behind us.
Don't look back!
Good idea. You go talk to Commander Baron. I've had enough excitement for one day.
Угу. Хорошо.
Stay still. Don't move. Thanks for getting us out of there, Sergeant.
Hey, glad to see you alive. Thanks for sticking your neck out for us. I wanted to tell you that, you know, just in case.
Hey, are you all right? We just got the news about the attack. They're getting closer, aren't they?
Точно, почему он мне ничего не отвечает?
Wasn't expecting to find you here. You always seem to be out these days.
Yeah, that's true. Lately, I've been making extra runs to stock up on resources. The truth is, I was even thinking about moving. But right now, I'm just waiting for my team to head back to downtown to look for other survivors. Let's hope there still are some.
I see that Patrick's doing better.
He is. He's a fighter. Certainly has more courage than I do.
Why did you want to leave?
In the face of what's going on now, it will sound stupid, but it just got to be a bit much, you know? With Patrick hurt, I started to wonder if I'm even doing him any good by sticking around. I've been trying to protect him all this time, but I couldn't. proven that much already. First in Pasadena, then at our hideout. I was thinking that maybe he'd be safer here at the shelter. But don't worry, I changed my mind since.
Is there something on your mind?
Actually, I have a secret to tell you. You've a fan. Patrick really looks up to you. It's good for him to have a role model. And I don't think he could have chosen better.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Are you kidding? It's the least I can do for helping us all this time. If you hadn't found us back in Pasadena, I don't know what would have happened. Well, actually I do. Exactly what the others said would happen. People were talking about the Annihilation Line months before it came. My father, of course, tried to turn it all into a joke.
But what did you think about it?
I didn't know what to think. Travelers would bring all sorts of gossip with them. But this kept coming back. When Patrick asked me if I was scared, I lied and said that I wasn't. You could feel the mood change at the house. The community my father tried to build started falling apart. Fewer and fewer people were coming by, and if they did, they weren't always friendly. We started to notice things going missing. Little things at first. People got nervous, and with time, it even got to my father.
What do you mean?
Well, for one thing, he stopped making jokes. It had never been as quiet at the house as it had been back then. After a while, my father changed the sign from welcome to beware. He put a lock on the door and started carrying a shotgun. I didn't even know he owned a gun. He always said he didn't believe in them. I wanted us to leave our house and run, but he didn't want to listen. Said it was the only place he could keep us safe. Thanks for letting me spill my guts like that.
Ну ладно, выговорилась и выговорилась, это хорошо.
Did you talk to her? Is she mad at me? If I follow her orders, then I'm a bad guy. If I don't follow her orders, then I'm a lousy, incompetent egghead without a spine. There's no winning with her.
Не зря она тебя яйцеголовым называет.
What's up?
I know you're busy, but I found something. Something I think you'll like. A tape from back in the day. I want to play it for you, but my boombox is busted. So, if you're out there and find one that works, bring it to me, okay?
Can't you ask Jennifer or one of the other scavengers for help?
I already did, but they couldn't find anything. Just think about it, okay?
Магнитола для Райана, новое задание. Ладно, там звонит еще во время всего этого дерьма. Спасибо. Мне нужно.
Jacob,
What's on your mind?
ever since you asked me about Peter, I can't stop thinking about him. Like a teenage girl. That's your fault, young man.
Are you thinking about anything in particular?
About the day we first met. It was long before Judgment Day. I was getting coffee on my way to school. I noticed him because he was buying tea in a coffee shop. I don't know why, but that made me smile. Maybe it's stupid. Maybe I should stop thinking about him. He's probably dead by now. God knows he can't take care of himself.
Do you want to stay?
I'm happy here. Every soldier that I get up and running is my fuck you to Skynet. So maybe there's no point in thinking about Peter. Anyway, what I didn't tell you before is that during Judgment Day, I lost a child. Our child. I don't know if it would have happened anyway, but I like to blame the machines for that. I think that Peter felt with Taylor we were given a second chance. God, he's still out there waiting for me, isn't he? Probably sitting in his rocking chair back in our house in Hollywood Hills. Oh, where the hell are you, Peter?
How are the wounded doing?
The few that came back, they're doing fine. We patched them up, and at this point we're just sitting and waiting.
Ну вот, сиди и наблюдай. Раз ты доктор у нас.
Rivers, you want to explain to me what the hell happened?
We lost downtown.
I know that much. But how's that possible? What happened to our defense systems?
Alvin says one of our soldiers came with an order directly from you to reset the target settings for non-lethals.
He said what? All right. This is what I want you to do. Find whoever is responsible for sending that order. All the messengers have GPS tracking, so we're keeping tabs on their location. Find them and bring them to me.
Understood.
And Rivers, despite what I might say about our resident egghead, I truly have a hard time believing that my men are incompetent. So expect the unexpected. And you know what I mean by that.
Do you think the infiltrator's back?
We won't be sure until you find those messengers and confirm my suspicion.
Now that you mention it,
What?
one of our soldiers said that it looked as if one of our guys led Skynet's attack.
That only supports my case. As soon as you know what's going on, radio me.
You want me to break radio silence?
They have a head start on us. At this point, we can't afford to lose any time.
Who's Perry? You mentioned him before.
The best soldier I ever fought beside. He was the one who brought me into the Resistance. It's actually a funny story. Years ago, when I was just a kid, I saw a Skynet drone attacking some guy. Without thinking, I grabbed a rock and jumped on it. The guy was screaming the whole time while I beat the metal to the ground. Only when I was done did I realize he was trying to stop me.
You killed a drone with a rock?
I was young and stupid. Thank God the drone wasn't really armed, otherwise I wouldn't be here to tell you the story. He was a Resistance scientist, and that drone was one of his projects. So you can imagine he wasn't too happy when I smashed it to pieces. But he wasn't alone. There was this huge guy with a rifle on his shoulder, almost choking with laughter. I sure made his day.
That huge guy. Was that Perry?
Yes, it was. Commander Perry was in charge of this division before me. That scientist later told me that was the first time he ever heard Perry laugh. Somehow, Perry and I connected. He taught me how to channel my anger and get it under control. He introduced me to Connor, and that's how I got to the 132nd.
Whatever happened to the scientist?
He was always doing his experiments, trying to outsmart Skynet. One day he fucked up, and because of that, he's no longer with us. I'd never thought I'd be reminiscing about the day I met them. This may come as a surprise to you, but it was the first metal I ever destroyed.
Sounds like you were late in joining the Destroy Skynet campaign.
Before that, it was people, not machines. But that's a different story.
Угу.
Patrick, you're up?
There are people who need help more than me. Anyway, I can't talk. I have to bring something important to Erin.
Таблетки какие-то. Так, у нас есть 2 очка навыков. Стойкость. Бой. Давайте оружие 4 возьмем, чтобы было больше урона. Еще побольше, как говорится. Ну и все, продолжим. Заколебали, кто-то вечно поназванивает, а? Никогда не понимал таких людей, которые тебе звонят, ты сбрасываешь, а они все равно тебе продолжают названивать. Что за бред? Раз сбросили, 2 сбросили, значит не может человек разговаривать с вами. Ну или не хочет. Вон, есть мессенджеры, пишите туда. Так, сигнал отслеживания. Так, понятно, это по маячкам, короче, надо бегать. О, какая снайперка у меня.
Plasma containers. Flamethrower. If I could get close enough to take a picture.
Это не огнемет был. Вот огнеметчик будет. Да ё-моё. Не та кнопочка. Так, а где тут замок? Что тут надо? Летун надо мной висит. Это самая кафешка.
What's that music?
Действительно, музыка из того самого первого фильма из клуба. Он играет.
Seems to be coming from here. Upstairs. Who left this here? It's probably a trap.
Да, на ловушку похоже, так оно и есть. Да, хорошая была песня.
Better be worth it, Ryan.
Здесь это того стоило. Угу. Так, очко навыков сразу же. Стойкость. Возьмем. Мировые новости. Когда пресс-секретарь Российского министерства атомной энергетики задали вопрос об источнике сейсмической активности, замеченной 2 недели назад неподалеку от российской испытательной площадки для ядерного оружия, он ответил следующее. Не знаю, о какой сейсмической активности они говорят. Россия добровольно прекратила все ядерные испытания и придерживается этого решения. Ага, ну да, почти. Так, теперь надо дальше идти на сигнал.
That's where the outpost is. Strong and slow them down at least.
Маячок слышу. Где-то тут пикает. Со стенкой, по-моему. Нет, здесь нифига. Органик подсветки ножки перед зданием лежит дробой, как и осталось на тебя. Все используется. Без зачистки все ближе. Больше будет терминатор, дробовик их не убьет, но хотя, да, мы это уже знаем, что дробовик их не убивает, только кладет их на лопатки. Летает. Зараза. Где-то тут он пикает. Ой. Она не отвернется, да, от меня, как понимаю? Ой. Мы дошли до места встречи, но не встретили командира БР. Чем она отправила нас сюда? День все более странный. Когда рация молчит, здесь становится очень одиноко. Черт тебя дери, Гуннер. Сколько можно ссать?
They took his radio. Baron was right. Skynet's listening. Time to look for the second tracker.
Так, мне надо куда-то назад идти. Не сюда, а туда куда-то. Это летающая дура надо мной. Колебала уже. Второй маячок.
If I take care of it, that might slow them down a little. I think I'm getting closer. It's got to be. They got him too. His goggles look intact. Let's see the last picture he took. The infiltrator. It's back. Baron was right. Commander!
Talk to me.
They're dead. Everything turned out the way you said it would.
Copy that. Get out of there. We need to figure out our next move. Let's meet at the docks. Get there as soon as possible. Over and out.
Why would she give out our location?
Не знаю, зачем она выдала наше место встречи, а что у меня по карте? Задания дополнительные. Это пропусты. Давайте попробуем его взломать. Колебала. Там сидит. О. Тупик. Тупик, тупик.
Plasma storage destroyed.
Good to hear, Rivers. Now proceed with your mission.
still alive. Good. Apparently Skynet's got a real hard-on for you. So we figured why not use you as bait?
Aren't you afraid that Skynet will bring a lot of firepower if they know we're both here?
Afraid? No. Prepared for that eventuality? Yes. We've got eyes on the ambush site from every angle. If anyone shows up, it means they were listening.
What if it's one of our guys, or just a scavenger?
Too bad. We can't have anyone or anything sabotage our plan. Not this time.
This time?
We were very close once before. For years, we've been preparing for the final attack. But it took just one man to fuck everything up. That day, Perry,
Привет.
our previous field commander, died, and I inherited control of South Division. Since then, I've been making sure that no one fucks up again.
We've got movement.
Take position. What do you have?
A hooded man's walking down the street. Might be a scavenger.
Rivers, you saw him. Is it the same model? Is it the infiltrator?
I can't tell.
We're waiting for your signal.
I think that might be it.
You think?
Good enough for me.
Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Target down! I repeat, target down!
Go check him!
Eyes on the target. Proceed with caution.
Is he dead?
What the fuck? It's the target!
Can't get away. Fire at will.
Беглый огонь. Ой, мама мия.
He's in the open!
It's in the open. It's a fucking machine.
It's backed against the wall!
We got it now. What the fuck? Everyone on me. It's carrying a second generation plasma rifle. I want it.
It won't fucking die!
Shoot!
Это будет жесткий бой, я вам скажу. Даже прикури. Еще прикури.
It's on the move.
Take cover!
Ему все равно. Так. А, вот, наступательный инструмент. Где боевые бомбы какие-то. Неплохо. А мы тоже так умеем.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Держи. Держи.
Not again. Follow it.
It's inside!
Rivers!
Rivers, we're trying to get through. You can't let it get away. You hear?
Здрасте, я теперь с ним вообще 1 на 1, что ли? Что, с ума, что ли, сошли? Где он там? Он тоже бомбами кидается, охренеть. Держи в ответ на мою. Больно, зараза. Давай, где ты там? Все. Сколько же патронов я на него перевел?
We finally got it.
Good job, Rivers. Stay there. We're on our way.
There was no doubt anymore. Skynet had created a cybernetic organism. It was designed to blur the line between a man and a machine. People started to think that there were Terminators amongst us, wolves in sheep's clothes. Some of us left, even though we hadn't seen any other infiltrators yet. Or at least, we didn't think we had. And that fear of not knowing was what turned the tide of this war. That night, Skynet won.
I still have to run some tests, so for now I would say no.
We need some more time, Connor.
I know you don't want to hear this, Commander, but if there's one person who can help us, it's Dr. Mack.
Mac, we don't even know if he's alive.
He is. He's in the Hollywood Hills. We knew a time would come when we'd need him again, so we've kept an eye on him.
Wait. You've been watching him without telling me?
Let your emotions cloud your judgment before, Commander. That's why I decided that Mack's whereabouts were no longer
This is
your
bullshit.
concern.
He can't just magically fix all of our problems. He's a man, not a god. A man that makes
That's
mistakes.
Enough, Commander.
You know what happened last time. He's the reason Perry's
I
dead.
said that's enough. Sergeant Rivers?
Yes, sir.
TechCom believes that being marked for termination is a badge of honor. A sign that we're doing something right. We wear it proudly. And knowing you're wearing such a badge, Rivers, is all I need to trust you with handling this mission. Commander Barron will fill you in on the details. Good luck, soldier. Over and out.
Looks like you're going to Hollywood Hills. Dr. Edwin Mack is the one who taught us how to use Skynet's weapons, so there's a chance he can do it again. Take him that second-generation plasma rifle and see if he's able to reprogram it. If we want to use Skynet's weapons, we need to bypass their encryption lockouts.
How will I find him?
He's obsessed with surveillance. So when you get there, look for any cameras, biometric sensors, or any other tech stuff. He should be around. That's it.
Наверное, что-то его ненавидит, этого Мака. Ну, вот он, этот лазутчик, только странно он как-то выглядит. У него же там было огромное это... продырявленное тело было наполовину, и головы, и лица не было. А тут у него вообще все целое, только рука вон одна. И все. Угу. Понятное дело.
Sure, let's trust someone who gets called Dr. Death. That won't bite us in the ass. In the meantime, I'll see what I can learn from the new CPU we acquired from that infiltrator. This could be the breakthrough that we've all been waiting for. I need to concentrate, so please don't disturb me.
Ага, занимайся, хорошо. А ты мне что расскажешь?
What do you need?
Anything I should know about Dr. Mack before I leave?
Only that he can't be trusted and he's highly manipulative. So you need to stay cautious.
Was Mack the one whose drone you smashed?
Yes. Yes, it was. I've never told didn't have a map, so I drew one myself. The first people I came across were two guys, old enough to remember Judgment Day. We camped out together. They gave me advice, we shared some stories. Sounds nice, right?
But...
Yeah, I learned the hard way. When I woke up, all my things were gone, including my map. There I was, lost in the desert. Thirst and hunger. I knew I was gonna die. I passed out with my face in the sand. But next thing, I was lying in a bed, bathed and wearing clean clothes.
You're lucky someone found you.
Someone did find me. Too bad it was Skynet. Through the window, I saw thousands of Terminators. First, I thought it was a work camp, but it was something else. A Skynet research facility. They kept me alive, but I didn't know why. I thought I was the only human there. But after a while, someone came into my cell. A man. Well-dressed, clean-shaven. You want to take a guess who that was?
Ну, я, кажется, догадываюсь, кто это был, но это тут такого варианта ответа что-то нету. Сокамерник, лазутчик. Нет, это был этот самый доктор Макс, скорее всего.
One of those guys who robbed you?
No. He was a traitor to his race. Bastard was selling every piece of knowledge the machines didn't have. In return, they gave him everything he wanted. When he was done stuffing his face with food, he had another request. He wanted a whore. It lasted months, until I got to wrap a towel around his neck and make his eyes pop.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to see people for what they really are. I've seen their true face. That traitor, those two guys in the desert, Mac, they all showed it to me. It's not good. The truth is, the only reason I fight for the Resistance is because I despise people just a little less than the machines.
Ну да, он грязно поступил, говнюк, этот доктор Мак-то, судя по всему. А Бэйрон-то девка, что она упала, потерялась, из нее просто сделали чучело, чтобы она присаживалась кое-куда, кое-чем. И так далее.
Jacob, do you have a minute?
Of course.
I've heard that you're going to Hollywood Hills. Well, with Baron yelling like that, the whole shelter heard. He wanted me to tell you if I needed anything, so here it is. When you get to Hollywood Hills, could you stop by my old house? It's near the Griffith Park tennis courts. I wonder if Peter went there and left something for me. I know he'd be stupid to go there, since now it's behind the Annihilation line, but then again, he was always full of stupid ideas.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Ну ладно, понятно, найти надо ее мужа теперь еще.
He never talks to anyone. He just sits there. I bet he's one of those machines.
Так, можно что-нибудь сделать, нет? Аптечки давайте пособираем. Да больше ты ничего. Ой, ё-моё.
Jacob.
What's the situation like in the shelter?
Not that great. People are getting nervous. A lot have already left, and even more plan to leave. Even Mark and Laura saw him packing earlier.
And what about you?
Just the thought of running again's making me sick. Must be getting old. Plus, we got everything we could need right here. Where else would I go? Besides, I have faith that Baron would never let anything happen to this place. She's way too uptight about security.
Она помешана на безопасности. А кто бы не помешался на безопасности в такое время, там, как у них.
In times like these, I wouldn't mind having him around. You always know what to do. He was the only one who didn't lose his mind after Judgment Day.
How did you handle it?
I didn't. I couldn't understand it. Nowadays, children are born with the idea of death, but back then, I lived without a clue. I felt sick when I saw blood on TV. Tucker said, we need to be calm right now. I listened to him. We all did. Survivors from the concert.
Did you drive someplace safe?
It was my first call. Just drive. We gave it a shot. We kept running into these sandstorms. Every car fucked up after a couple of miles. Turned out that atomic dust ain't so great with engines. Finally, we found a couple houses, but the people there were as confused as we were. All the communication went to shit. Tucker managed to find some batteries, and we sat in front of our boombox. We started to list cities to avoid. Cities that were hit by the nuclear bombs.
Did your city get hit?
The list was long. Until the very end, I was hoping that it wouldn't come up. But it did. Somehow it managed to surprise me. We looked at each other crying. We just wanted to go home and be with family, but Tucker said that for now, the safest place there is right where we were. So we decided to stay and start a camp.
What happened after you started your camp?
Honestly, not that much. At least not in the beginning. When we gave up on the idea of getting in touch with anyone, we just tried to adapt. Temperatures fell, we had to scavenge for food. All of a sudden, that became our life.
When did you first hear about Skynet?
Oh, that came years later. We did hear some rumors about robot warriors, but you must understand how crazy it sounded back then. And that wasn't even the most insane story out there. My favorite one was about the radioactive squirrel zombies. Well, I know how stupid it sounds, but we managed to have fun in our little commune. I still had my guitar with me. We talked a lot about how we're gonna be famous, because we're the only living band in the world.
What was your band's name?
Well, we were thinking about changing it to Survivors, but something similar was already taken. We were just stupid kids, not realizing what was going on. We paid the price for it the first time we saw a tin can. I was tuning my guitar when I heard a strange noise. I found out later that it was a T-400. Must have heard me play. It didn't even have the decency to look scary. Maybe if it did, we wouldn't have just stood there when it started firing.
What did you do?
I froze. I didn't run to help. I didn't scream. I didn't even move. I just stood there, like a coward. The tin can got Tucker with a single bullet. Bam! Just like that. 7 other people died before we finally destroyed that thing. Ironically enough, I was the one who delivered the final blow. Safe to say, it was the beginning of a new era.
Earlier, you said that a new era started. What changed?
Well, for one thing, with Tucker dead, I became the new leader of the group. Something I never expected or wanted, for that matter.
Did everyone agree that you should be the new leader?
Not everyone. We had a huge fight about food, or where we should go next, and so on. Our group divided without Tucker to keep it together. I was terrified. I started to walk away like I was on autopilot. I don't know if I wanted to run away or to kill myself, but then something surreal happened. I found a metal door in the ground in the middle of nowhere. I was real unsure about what I might find under it, but what I did find was the aftermath of a massacre.
Weren't you scared to go inside?
I was terrified. Believe you me. But then again, a lot of things didn't make sense to me at that moment. It looked like they decided to commit suicide. I couldn't understand it. To me, they had everything. Food, water. They even had a case of beer. So, I got shit-faced and started crying over my brother's death. But I realized something. I realized that I could maybe survive there.
Did you come back to tell everyone?
I did. After I buried the bodies outside, I returned to the camp with the good news. After that, we were all right. That night, I learned two things. Firstly, that it's okay to be scared. Secondly, that there are two sides to everybody. Ironically, me being a scaredy cat turned me into a good leader. And that's how I found that place, and that's what motivated me to help others. But Tucker, he was a leader from the start. But he had an ugly side too. He killed those who opposed him. He was a real scumbag, but he was my brother. He made me want to be a good person for the both of us. A hangover wasn't a high price to pay for that lesson.
Хорошо, он заплатил за уроки похмельем. Так, как же он любит поболтать, этот дедуля.
Jacob, I didn't see you there.
Where's Patrick?
He's getting ready. I'm taking him with me. I figure it's time for him to see what's out there.
Where are you going?
I'm going out scavenging. Don't worry. I'm past thinking about running away. Knowing how much you'd miss me made me not want to leave.
Is everything okay? You seem far away.
Nothing can get past you, can it? I've been thinking about the day we met. I never told you how we really ended up.
You can tell me anything.
I know I can. That's why you're the first person I'm telling this to. That day, loud hammering woke me up. When I came downstairs, I saw my father nailing the window shut. Through the crack, I saw them coming. Hundreds of metal heads and their red eyes. Even though they're just empty shells, I could feel the hate radiating from them.
What did your father do?
He said that the machines wouldn't take him alive. They kept hammering away. We argued for a minute or two, and I tried to pull him away from the window. He pushed me away. I tried it again, but he shoved me. This time I fell. I didn't recognize him as he was reaching for a shotgun. He said, I shouldn't worry about the machines. They wouldn't hurt us. I don't even remember how. But the gun was already in my hands. I closed my eyes and went someplace else. Didn't even hear the shot. I didn't hear Patrick's steps either.
Did you lose consciousness?
I guess I did for a moment. It was the taste of blood on my lips that woke me from my trance. I threw the gun away, grabbed Patrick, and tried not to notice the hole in my father's unmoving chest. As we ran, I could hear them coming, so we found somewhere to hide. Then you came. I wanted to tell someone about all this, but I was afraid to.
You don't have to be afraid.
I'm not. Not anymore. We talk a lot about how heartless the machines are. And I started to think that maybe I was too. I probably would have convinced myself of that if it wasn't for you keeping me sane. Thank you for everything. I never thought I would find a friend in times like these.
Друга. Сперва она чуть ли не в любви призналась, а потом друга. Быстро она во френд-зону скинула нас. Так, а где этот педант-то с пушками. А, вот ты.
Do you need anything?
Can I see your hardware?
Что у тебя по железу? И мне главное... Бомба, конечно же, возьмем. Базука. Сколько стоит? 3000. Так, а зачем мне эти пули? Я же не пользуюсь уже таким обычным оружием. Угу. Надо будет попробовать. Ракеты. Это что такое? Снаряд с лазерным наведением. Ничего себе. А, вдруг закинется место. Давайте это поскидываем. Угу. Конечно, все дорогущее здесь. Устойчивость, о, фиолетовая штука есть. А у меня нету, да? Понятно. Хорошо, допустим. Раз мы сейчас идем туда куда-то. Угу. А типа урон, устойчивость. Как-то странно это все. Так, давайте базуку. А, базуку нельзя улучшить, да. Обидно. Ладно, дальше.
Well, what's with the dogs? They've been like that ever since they brought that thing in.
Да, что-то собаки недовольны. Ой, не то нажал.
You're alive.
No time for that. Do whatever it takes to get everyone out of that shelter. Do you understand? You're not safe there.
What? Why? God damn it. What does he mean? Get everyone out of the shelter?
Так, теперь надо еще как-то убрать всех из убежища. Вот это здрасте. Так, что-то я не понял. О.
That camera. Dr. Mack! Is that you? The Resistance needs your help. Mack! It would be a shame to lose that camera.
Now, why would you do that?
Because we don't have time for this. Come out here. Skynet has developed a new Terminator model, the Infiltrator.
You've seen one already?
We've captured one, and we need your help. Are you there?
How do I know you're not an infiltrator? You've seen them. You know how incredibly lifelike they are, so you should understand my concerns. Head up that hill. If you want me to help you, you have to take a test for me.
Test?
Yes, to determine whether you're a Terminator or not. And be careful, I'm watching you.
Нашел время тесты проводить. Больше ничего нету. Всякая чушь там пишется. Ну, давай откроем. О, диски продают. Это место, ну ладно, допустим. Что за игры? Выберс. Короче, понятно.
Oh, they're actually trying to fight you? Very clever way to make me think that you're not one of them. Unfortunately for you, I'm not that easily fooled.
Нет, это плохая идея.
We don't have time for any of this. Just tell me where you are. I am not a robot.
Я не робот.
Living tissue would make you a cybernetic organism, not a robot. Words have meaning. Conversations between human beings would be a lot easier. If we all just trusted each other and understood the deeper meaning of what we said. Keep that in mind during this test. This mansion is filled with Terminators. They've been trying to find me for a while now, all 8 of them. Well, I guess with you in there, that makes it... 9.
Угу. Опс. Вот этого я никак не ожидал. Черт, они уже с фиолетовой штукой в меня стреляют. Плохо. Да ё-моё, почему я... Ой, слабенько как-то он накачанный, этот наш герой. Что он дохнет постоянно. А, не идет сюда. Вот урод, а. Ёб твою мать. Все, металлолом. А, заколебали, а за что за... Понятно, короче, от любого взрыва он дохнет моментально. Да, тяжелое место, я чувствую, будет мне. Держи. Заколебали, уроды, а. Да, их даже базука, получается, не берет, да? С одного выстрела. Сколько их там, этих термиков, сидит? С ума, что ли, сошли? Поступательный предмет. Гранаты. Ой, блядь. Я надеюсь, терминаторы закончились. С ума можно сходить, сколько их тут было.
Too bad there's no water in that pool. I'd have you jump in and see if you float. Wait, that's a different test. Great, you're here. Get on that stage, quick. Good. Now wait here for a moment.
My patience is wearing thin. Why am I even here?
Here? On the stage, you mean? Because I wanted you to recite a poem. That's right. That's why I got you on this stage, to invoke the fear of public speaking in you. This will allow me to check your emotional response. Very important in these sort of tests. So, if you could go ahead and recite a poem.
Fuck off!
Very hostile emotional response. Noted. Oh, now wait. Be quiet. They regularly patrol this area. Don't let them see you.
So you know I'm not a Terminator.
Of course I do. They are way better shots than you.
Then why are you making me do all this?
Because I want you to grab something.
Ой, пардон.
For me before I help you. Turn left when you leave the theater. There you'll find a plane crash site. My spider scout should be stuck somewhere around. Just grab it and bring it back to me in one piece.
Как же ты меня задолбал, доктор Мак. Уже задолбал.
Skynet completely took over this place. I could do something about that.
Что это за место? А, это форпост. Найдите Мака. Простите, ребятки, я ошибся. Ни хрена с них там сколько.
I've got it.
Good job. I'm in my vault in one of the buildings up the street. Meet me there.
Внезапно.